Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show, this is BVO.
You got B3 Picks here at it again. Proud to announce a brand new partnership with BVO Sports TV and B3BoxingPicks.com. Let's go green. At B3BoxingPicks.com, we provide pre-fight boxing picks of the week, but also live boxing betting options so we can make money pre-fight or during the fight betting on the beautiful sport of boxing. Join now, only $10 a week or $25 a month by visiting B3BoxingPicks.com for the membership. Also follow me on all socials at B3 Boxing Picks. Follow my YouTube, Not Another Boxing channel, presented by B3 Picks. And shout out to the People's Network, the one and only Sports Talk Network. Let's go green.
On behalf of BVO Boxing TV, we would like to thank our sponsor, Raycon. Don't forget to grab your Raycon Everyday Earbuds, the perfect bass model for premium sound, with active noise cancellation to block out distractions and transparency mode to keep you aware of your surroundings. They're ideal for your everyday needs. Just visit RayconGlobal.com. That's RayconGlobal.com and elevate your listening experience.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy, BVO Sports TV. We in the house. I got my man, the Puerto Rican Prince. I got my OG, CDK in the house, man. But before we get started with today's show, and I'm going to have CDK start it off, what about the great news of Grandpa Larry Hoover coming home? What do you think about that, CDK?
Man, he's not home yet, but he's one step closer. All glory be to God. I'm just happy the man been locked up since 1973. That's over 51 years of being incarcerated. He's been on max since 1991, super max, if you know anything about where he's been at. So I'm just happy for him, man. A lot of people been pushing for him. A lot of people have been behind this movement of trying to free Larry Hoover. He changed his life. I'm hoping now Chicago or the state of Illinois does the right thing and frees him. The 200-year sentence actually is a life sentence in Chicago, and it only carries 13 years under the old life sentence. The guy that he, was charged with or convicted with, he done like 15 years. This man has been out forever. So, free Larry Hoover. Let him come home to his family. He's 74 years old. What more can you ask for? It's time for him to come home. Great man. I just want to see him get home and be able to be with his family. We all make mistakes. He paid 51 years for his mistake. So, what more can you ask for?
My bad. Go ahead, CDK. I got to do something real quick. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, yeah, okay. What's good, Free? How you doing today, bro? Can you hear me, Free?
What's going on with you?
I ain't doing nothing, man. Tired, trying to stay up a little while to make this live, man. I gotta be up in about 5 more hours, man. I worked 12 hours yesterday, gonna work 12 today, tomorrow. So I'm just, like I said, trying to stay up for this live tonight. But I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna do my best to make it anyway. What's good, Price?
What up, Freezy, CDK, my brother BBO?
What's going on? What's going on?
Man, good day.
Salute,
What's
G5.
going on, G5? G5 in the chat.
My
What's
my
going
my
on,
brother.
Thomas B3?
Yeah, my brother 3 in the chat. Salute,
Yeah, I
salute.
mean, I guess it's a good thing from I I guess it's a good thing for Larry Hoover to finally get the chance to come home. I mean, you see, they let Rafer Edmonds out.
Hmm.
So I mean, I guess after 50 something years of being locked up, I mean, I guess you could say time is served. I'm not sure exactly how many lives, or if it was just one
It was just
one
one.
case of analyzing an individual. But I do know that yeah,
One too
I know
many.
they
Put it that way.
his daggone ties to the outside. Yeah, he was with still dealing with the street life, even though he was locked up, laundering money, conspiracy, and extortion. So they added another life sentence on top of that. Um, but I mean, at some point, you got to say, is the system working? Because if you just locking people up just to be locking them up and not giving them a chance to show that they have been rehabilitated, then there's no point of putting a time limit on there. You just say we're gonna lock you up until we feel like you're good. Um, but I mean, like I said, the man, I believe he served his time. Um, I mean, you can't really put a timeline on how long you serve for taking another person's life. Um, some people say, "Oh, eye for an eye." I mean, every situation is different. You gotta understand that certain things happen for certain reasons. And in 1973, I mean, I'm quite sure things happened differently that we look at now that it probably wasn't as bad as it seemed in 1973. So I think he served his time, and we'll see. I mean, the man is what 73, 74 years old. I mean,
74.
it ain't but so much he can do at 74 years old. So I mean, yeah. So he deserved to come home at some point. Everybody deserved to come home unless they out here committing multiple heinous crimes where you say, you know what, nah, you just an animal. We're not letting you out. But I mean, like I said, he took one person's life and he was still dealing with the street life, but that's what happened when you're dealing with young individuals. They don't know how to give it up. This was 1973. He's 74 years old. So at that time, he was what in his mid 20s, early 30s. So
Yeah, he had to be. Yeah, he
at
was
some
young.
point, you got to say, you know what? Let's see if he actually been rehabilitated.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll say
definitely,
this,
definitely.
man.
What's going on, Thomas
Salute to
Hill?
my brother. Salute to the chairman, man. Salute to my brother G5 back from the dead. We thought you was gone, man. Salute to G5, man. We got a lot of noise. Hold on 1 second. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. Salute, man. Like I
Hmm.
said, salute to my brother G5, salute to B3, salute to T Hill, the chairman, salute to my man Dub Right Side. We in the
Yeah.
house, man. We in the house, man. I will say this though. It's good that Uncle Larry getting a chance to come home, be with his grandchildren. This is a valuable lesson for young kids or YNs or as I call them, young brothers trying to find their way. When Uncle Larry invented growth and development, I can guarantee you this was not what he wanted. I can guarantee you he did not want to spend most of his adult life in prison. And what people got to understand is you cannot make these crazy decisions in life and not have to pay for them. That's how that works. When you do evil, you got to pay for it. I don't know what he
Yep.
did. I wasn't there. But just for the young guys watching, man, it might be easy to pull that trigger or do something harmful to somebody. But just remember, you always got to pay. And the devil won't triple. So a young man who was handsome, 6'2", 6'3", spent his whole life just about in prison. He's been in prison longer than he's been alive. And just think, even if he lived to be 95, 100 years old, another 25 years, he still won't be able to say he was out of prison longer than he was in prison. So
Man,
just a
That's
warning to
crazy.
all the children, man. It's a warning to all the children, man. Just because somebody want to talk crazy, they got the wrong shoes on, you know, or you want to do something to them. Just remember, everything you do, you're gonna pay for that. You're gonna pay for that, and just remember, God is always watching. So forget what
definitely.
man said. God is watching. And I heard that Uncle Larry gave his life back to Christ. So that's the most important thing. I don't care about none of that, what he did, because I believe that once you ask God for forgiveness, he'll grant it to you. He said, I'll grant you forgiveness and throw in the sea of forgetfulness. So I thank God that we serve somebody who has mercy, man. So shout out to Uncle Larry and thank Jesus Christ for this, man. That's what I'll say, man. Thank God that
Man.
he touched Brother Trump, that he touched the governor. Just thank God, man. We got to really thank God for what he's already doing, man. I'm not trying to get spiritual enough, but I'm just saying we got to just be real. But we got to get into this, man. We got to get in this, man. And we got our chairman in the house, so I'm even more excited. We got to talk about these Tank fans, man. So I was reading an article, man, and apparently Rio is going to come back to 135. So that definitely, I've been watching boxing long enough to kind of see the writing on the wall. So that means in this 7-fight deal, he's supposed to fight this one and that one. If he can beat Lamont Roach, who's been blessed by God, his next fight will probably be El Rayo. So you know what I want to say, man? Shout out to Tank for always being Tank. And Mike Tyson, Maya Angelou have always had that famous saying, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Tank has showed me he's nothing more than a show pony. And I even had one of his fans say, who's at lightweight? Who's at lightweight? Because these fans are not fans. They're Tank stands. These are the same type of cats who will call a grown woman a female. That's any nigga talking like that is a goofball. So I just want y'all to know, we see what y'all doing, PBC. Uncle Al, this is disgusting. This is disgusting what you're doing. This is disgusting. You got people talking about Devin Haney like a dog. You about to fight O'Reilly after he got beat to death by my favorite fighter, Gary Antoine Russell? Come on, man. Stop.
Who said that fight was happening, BVO?
We see the writing on the wall. If Ryo's going back to 35, who else he's going to fight for PBC? Come on, man. Ain't nobody stupid. But I want to ask the chairman. We got the chairman in the house, man. Oh, my bad. We got the number one op, my man, who been on fire. Just ask Juan. Juan, what's going on, man? How you feeling, baby?
Tell him. Oh, yeah.
So we're going to start with you, Juan. Then we're going to go to our chairman. What you think about this little game PBC is playing again? What you think about these Tank games they playing?
It's a protection plan, man. I don't know if that's the case, it's a protection plan. But from what I know, him and Turkey are talking, plans on him and Mr. Shakur Stevenson fighting. So I don't know. I'm not really entirely sure what's going on.
What's up, Chairman? What you got for us, baby?
What you mean what I got? Man, I got a whole goddamn lot, bro. You already know. But if you're talking about Tank, and anything else, like I said, man, I come from a different era. And, unfortunately, we didn't Twitter with our thumbs and we didn't talk with YouTubes and things like that. We actually showed up. We applied the pressure. You know what I'm saying? I seen one fighter do that as of late, and he got a fight that mostly his whole camp didn't want. So hopefully we can have people coming up there and applying that same pressure, not talking on Twitter, not going around about facts and saying this and then giving interviews saying, look, yo, my fingers is hurting. And I don't know what we talking about because I heard Shakur, I heard Tank, so I figured that's the usual go around. I got a big time Shakur Stevenson fan up in there promoting nothing but Tank Davis, Jake Paul, and hair grease. Not to mention that his favorite fighter, got a heck of a matchup coming on there where he can go over there and whoop some tail and create a whole type of buzz about it too, which I fully expect him to do. I fully expect him to go in there and just beat the brakes off of Zepeda. I think Zepeda nothing but a punching bag. But hey, that's just me. But
Facts.
a lot of people think that he's
I
some
agree.
opposition. There's some people who think he's opposition, like he's a test. They throw a lot of dirt on Shakur. I don't believe Shakur is as bad as people say, but we gonna find out in that fight. I think that fight right there cleared the air about where he stands, messed up hands and all.
Is he
He gonna
fighting
put the beats
Lamont
on.
Roach next?
Now Tank, yeah, he's fighting Lamont Roach next, and I
Ask you a
think
question.
that
Is he fight?
you will see come round 7 through
No, I'm
8,
saying
7 through
who's
9.
the?
7 through 9. 7 through 9. That's going to be a KO of the epic proportions. And we're going to have to go on and start putting in the pipeline for the fight with Shakur. Because if it ain't Shakur, I'm be ticked. Because I think both of them should, as they go through their fight, they should be actively pursuing that fight. And I think that Shakur, instead of taking to Twitter, I think he should take to the arena. I think he should take to the after presser after that Roach fight. Show up and be like, hey, yo, look, that dude right there was good, but he ain't me. And if I'm in that ring with you, that's just going to be a whole different look. I'm going to embarrass you in front of you, your mom, my dukes, and all that. Like, you was worried about his my dukes, your my dukes got to be worried about that when I step in the ring with you, because I'm going to whoop, I'm going to beat, I'm going to slap, I'm going to do all kind of things up in that ring. And you ain't going to do nothing but take that. No diddy. That's me. That's where I come from. That's what I'm about. No, we don't do wolf tickets. We show up and bark like a wolf, and then we bite like one. So that's all I want to see. That's all I got to say on that, man.
Big Dog
Man,
Willie
shout out to the
said
East Side.
he said
Shout
that
out to the East Side.
wrong. Jake Paul versus Tank is after the Roach fight.
It may be, and that's going to be a bag after that.
That's a disgrace.
But it is a disgrace. It's a total disgrace. It was a disgrace when George Foreman, in the midst of his career, took on 5 people in one fight. I mean, one night. It was a disgrace when Muhammad Ali likewise took an exhibition fight. It was a disgrace when my man got credited for a 50-0 victory over a slap MMA fighter. It just happened. But like I said, he said that he was gonna fight these cats. So now if he don't fight these cats, then that's when I'm gonna hold him to that standard, because that's what he said out of his own mouth.
Hold on.
So what's up?
I'm confused.
What are you confused about? I'm totally against the Jake Paul
he was
fight.
gonna fight a list.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
ain't fighting nobody off that list yet.
That's what I just said. He ain't fought nobody off that list. The niggas that y'all want to see him to fight in the ring ain't fought nobody off no list neither. They ain't fighting one another. But only Tank is held to that standard, so I'm only holding Tank to that standard. I don't care about nobody else fighting any. What list is that?
We just dropped the list.
What's the list?
We just dropped the list. We want all the guys. We want all the guys. We want T.O. We want Boots. We want
T.O. definitely got to be on that.
We want Little Red. We want
Who's Little Red?
We want
Tyson?
Shakur. We want them all.
Yeah.
We want them all.
Who's we?
Devin Haney.
American Dream Haney, man.
Oh, Devin the Dream Haney. Coming to an interview near you. Sponsored by my main man, BVO Productions. You know what I'm saying? Whenever he goes about singing somebody praises, best believe the interview is soon to follow. Hey, I want you there too, because I want you to put the pressure on Tank Davis, because I still believe no matter how big you get in there, he still need to go see you too, especially after you talking bad about his mama, talking bad about his daddy and his coaching staffs. He should hold that personal. And F a Jake Paul fight, but it is what it is. If it happens, I'm gonna be pissed. But after that, I'm looking for that Shakur. I'm looking for that Keyshawn, since everybody say he the new Tank Ghostbuster. I'm looking for T.O. because you say T.O. whoop everybody tail. And I'm looking for Devin the Dream Haney. And then after that, he can do whatever the fudge he want to do.
I don't support T.O., but we just seen T.O.
Somebody got to mute their mic, bro.
Boots turn into a mouse. So I don't even want to get into that. We just seen Boots turn into a mouse.
That's cat.
So let me ask you this, CDK. Now, when you hear someone speak this spirited, and shout out to my man Dub Rice. I just see my man Dub Rice out here. Dub, let me go to Dub. Then I'm gonna go to CDK. Dub, let me ask you this, man. What do you think about this? Why won't Tank just give Emiliano or give Abdullah Mason a title shot if he gonna keep fighting prospects and Mexicans? Why don't he give the young guys a shot?
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Hey, shout out to my brother Sombrero. Shout out to the master.
salute, Dub.
Shout
Salute,
out to
Dub.
my OG, man. Shout out to CDK, man. The big homie prize is in the building. Salute, man. Well,
Indeed.
first things first. They hadn't put themselves at that level. Well, we can't say that now because I think it just came out that Abdullah Mason is number 2 in one of the ranking systems right now. So,
WBO.
yeah, but I believe Tank has the WBA. So, hey, I mean, he ain't gonna get it. First off, he ain't giving the people that we want to see him fight that's on his list. He ain't giving them the opportunity. So I don't expect them to give an individual as dangerous as Abdullah Mason, even Emiliano. I wouldn't expect them to ever get a shot against Tank. I don't know. I can't really tell you. I mean, first thing we got to see from Tank, I want to see the Roach rematch. It seems like that's finalized now. So I think they said August sometime. So that's a good thing. I don't know. I couldn't answer that question, BBO. You got to ask them about that because the brother, I don't know. Shit, I've never lost a
Soft, man. The brother's soft. Shout out.
That's
What my man
crazy.
say? SOFT, soft. Soft. What you think about it, CDK?
Can y'all hear me good?
Yes, indeed.
Christian.
All right. Let me
Yeah.
ask y'all a question. And this is a serious question, and I'm not gonna bash Tank. I'm in a good mood. I'm not gonna bash Tank. But if I
Nobody
become
bashing.
30
Oh,
years,
don't say that, brother. We love Tank.
no,
We love
I'm talking
Tank.
about me. I'm talking about me. I'm in a good mood, so nobody else is just strictly about me. But if I become 30 years
Gotcha.
old, right, and I keep telling you, BVO, you my cousin, Free, y'all my cousin, and I keep telling y'all keep talking to me about getting a job, moving out my mama house, and at 30, I still ain't moved out my mama house. What y'all gonna say?
You ain't gonna move out your mama. You gonna stay
You a
right
bum.
where you at.
Say it. What'd you say, Prize?
You a bum.
Okay, at 30 years old, Tank track record is not where it should be at. I'll say that. Do I think Tank is a good fighter? Yes, I do. I always say that. I think Tank's a good fighter. I do want to see more. And Devin Haney has already taken a name off his list. Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez will be in August. You know what I'm saying? They fighting in August. It's probably
Yeah.
I think it's signed, seal, and deliver. So Devin Haney is doing everything. No matter what people say about Devin, Devin is doing everything that him and Bill say they gonna do. Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? I do wish Boots would have took that fight. I wanted to see a slaughter. I wanted to see Tio get beat up for certain reasons that we all know. And I know that Boots is on this projector or whatever he's trying to do, thinking that he can't be at 147 too long and he's on borrowed time. But there's a fight right there that Boots needed to take. That's another story. I think Tank could be, if he wants to, he has all the potential to be an all-time great. But you have to fight and you have to have heart. Can't nobody make you have heart. I don't care what it is, man. We can go back to what George Foreman did and Ali and what Mr. Hill was talking about. But this is the thing about those guys. Those guys took on those, even Floyd. I think for you the expert on this stuff. How many championship
Till
fights
Gotti.
did Floyd have? Can you
Till
hear me,
Gotti.
Free?
He should have had
Maybe
he
like
had no business taking
23.
that fight.
Maybe
Okay,
23 champions.
23.
He beat
Yeah, he had
23
no
champions or
business
something
fighting
like
no
that.
Till Gotti.
No, but
Okay,
has
he beat
come in these
23 champions.
championships. Go ahead, my
Okay,
bad. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. He beat 23 champions. So if he took on McGregor
You
at the
said
end
how
of his
many
career,
champions? Who?
if Ali decided to take on
What?
a wrestler in the middle of his career, if George Foreman decided to fight whoever in the middle of his career, guess what they all did do? They took on the best in their career. So we can't take Tank and put him on that level and say if he fights Jake Paul, it's the same as what Ali done. It's the same as what Mayweather done. Or you know what I'm saying? You can't say that because those guys took on the best. So they deserve
Hold
to
on,
have a little
CDK.
fun.
You gonna get in trouble, man. You telling the truth, man. You gonna get in trouble telling the truth.
Well, I mean, the truth
People do
the
some
truth
such
gotta
ass
be
shit.
told. The truth gotta be told, man. Those guys, man, fought the best. Look at Ali's career, the Hall of Famers he's fought. Look at what George Foreman done. Look at what Floyd's done. So I'm not mad when Free say Floyd 49-0. I agree with him. But I do know that Floyd beat 23 champions. You know what I'm saying? There are certain things that Tank needs to do before he fights a Jake Paul. There's too much left on the table that Tank needs to do before he go make that 40 million fighting Jake Paul. And I ain't mad at him for making 40 million. I just want you to get Shakur in the ring. They say Shakur this, Shakur that, but this is the thing right here. I always hear it in boxing, and I've been watching boxing for 40 years, that the A side sends the contract, right? That's what I heard. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. Well, if the A side sends the contract, what they waiting on? Send it over there. And
I
if
thought he
Shakur
turned
don't
it down,
sign,
CDK.
okay, listen, if he turn it down,
some offers from Tank.
okay, if he turn them down, then I say he'll duck. I don't care about why he turned it down. This is an opportunity of a lifetime, Shakur. So if he turn it down, he'll duck. So if Tank's on the contract and Shakur turn it down, he'll duck. Like I said, I'm not one of those dudes that gonna come out here and bash Tank. I think Tank is a special talent. I just want to see him prove it in the ring. That's all I gotta say.
Go ahead, Marky.
No, salute to everybody on the panel. I agree with 1,000% with what CDK had to say. I mean, pretty much, I haven't had no expectations for Tank in years. I'm not really gonna go on a whole rant bashing him. His resume is what it is. I will say this though. I think people I don't think people are killing or not killing, but I don't think people are placing enough blame on Shakur, Lomachenko, and I get it. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. So at the end of the day, like CDK said, the A side sends the contract, but that's two dudes that duck Tank Davis, and I do have to be factual when I say that. So I can't say that he hasn't tried to make some of these big fights. So I can at least say that. However, I feel there's been multiple other opportunities or fights that we wish could have happened. Tio, when he was at 135, obviously he was wrapped up with Cambosis, Devin Haney. There was all other reasons. I don't know, dude, but at the end of the day, Tank Davis cannot fight Jake Paul without fighting at least one of these guys. At least a Keyshawn or a Shakur or I'll even take an Abdullah at this point. Beat Abdullah up. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind because I want to see if he's a hype job or not, or if he's the goods. So one of them three. If you fight Jake Paul without fighting any of them guys, I mean, I can't even say it's over for you because I don't think nothing at Tank already. I don't think nothing in his career already. So I don't know. That's for y'all to judge him. But I heard y'all mention Abdullah. He's ranked number 2 in the WBO. It's official. He was already ranked number 8 and already ranked in 2 other sanctioning bodies. At this point, it's official. He's no longer a prospect. He is probably
Contender.
1 or 2 fights away from a title shot. Whether it's probably gonna be Keyshawn. Oh my god, I cannot wait for that fight. If
Brother Dante
Bob
said
Arum
Tank ain't
actually
fighting
make
none
that
of them.
fight, what you say?
Brother Dante in the chat said Tank ain't fighting none of them never.
No, and he's gonna retire by the
That's a
end of
fact.
this year, and
That's
he's
a
even
fact.
reaffirmed that he's gonna step away from boxing after
Yeah.
2025. So
And I hope he does if he takes that Jake Paul fight next. I hope he goes away.
Well,
I
let
hope
me
Jake
say
Paul
this real quick.
beat the brakes off of him for doing that.
Let me say
But
this
go
real
ahead,
quick.
BBO.
Hey, Doug, what do you think about my man Tiger Johnson getting ready to fight Butayev for his first big fight at 47? What do you think?
I like that fight for Tiger Johnson. I think Tiger Johnson looked much better since he ain't having to cut the weight at 47. Butayev, and I think Butayev is actually a trainer right now as well, because I think he's training Giasov, ain't he? So I think he probably going to stop Butayev. Butayev straight up and down, come for a fight. He got a good jab. He's going to apply pressure, but it's a tailor-made step-up fight. And hey, he was once a contender back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Him and Stanley
I mean, Butayev put hands on B. Norman. That's why I said that. I mean, he put hands on B. Norman Jr.
He lost, didn't he?
They hadn't fought each other.
Oh, wasn't it Butayev? Was it Butayev?
no, you're thinking of I
No,
know
no.
who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about.
You tripping? They never
About
Yeah. Hey, I ain't know what
Ray
I ain't know what
Ray
BBO was talking.
Robinson, I think.
Oh yeah, I cannot make a mistake.
Jamal
right. I know
Crawford.
you're talking. You're right. It's not Butayev. It's Dang, I can't think of the one dude.
Buteye fought. He fought.
Butchev was the one that fought
You thinking of
Stanionis.
some
He fought
tall black dude? That's what you
fought.
thinking
He
of.
fought.
I can't even
He
think of
fought.
his name
My
right
mistake.
He
My
fought
mistake. Butchev is
Stanionis.
the one that fought Stanionis.
Yeah.
I had it mixed up. My bad. But I'll say this: Butchev ain't no joke, man. I mean, I don't know if you've seen it. You know, when it comes to Tiger, man, he seemed like to drop them little hands, like he can't go to sleep. So that's my only worry, man. Because, like you said, it should be a tailor-made. But you know, one thing I learned about Tiger Johnson, he like to make a molehill a mountain. That's his thing. How can I make something easy as hard as possible? That's one thing I've learned about Tiger Johnson, man. He gonna go in there with the wrong game plan. He gonna go in there like he a fish out of water and try to figure it out.
Guess who he
So I
trained
don't
with,
know.
BBO? Tio.
Who?
He trained with
Yeah.
Tio. That's his mentor. So it makes sense.
I can see that. I can see that. But Tiger Johnson, man, he just got some work to do, man. I don't know. Butchev, that's gonna be a good fight, man. Because Butchev was the one that put hands on Stanionis. That's who it was. I knew it was one of the white boys.
Buteye got hands put on by Stanionis.
Show did free.
I watched that fight up close.
Boca Chica?
I watched that fight up close and personal. He
Boca
got
Chica,
hands
that's
put
who
on
it
him.
is. That's who it is. My bad.
Hey, free.
My
I
bad.
watched it
Boca
2
Chica.
times to just see. Hey, say it
I
again,
watched
free.
Up close and personal. He got hands put on by Stanionis. He ain't put no hands on Stanionis. Stanionis, dog, I'm gonna tell you how
My
bad
bad.
he got whooped.
I was thinking about that dude, Boca
He
Chica.
got whooped so
Good
bad,
looking
dog.
out.
I went to the bathroom and came back, and the fight was over. I was like, what happened?
Say what, free?
They was like, Stanionis whooped his ass. I like, dog, it was 2 rounds left.
Boca Chica's fight, not Butchev, Boca Chica. Boca Chica's fighting Tiger Johnson. That's what it was. Boca Chica.
Man,
My bad. They got all these
Buteye
weird
is
names, man. From
Buteye
overseas.
is a come forward fighter. That's what he is. He's a come forward fighter.
Yep.
He doesn't move his head. He doesn't have footwork. Tiger Johnson should have his way with him if Tiger Johnson come in there like he was his last fight. If he come in like he was his last fight, Tiger Johnson should have his way with Buteye.
I agree, free. Definitely right.
Hold on. Let's clear this up real quick. BBO, you done screwed it up already, but I said it respectfully. Tiger Johnson is going to be fighting Jamie or Jack, however you say the dude's first name. It's the one that him and Brian Norman, they kept bumping heads in the damn fight.
Boca Chica, that's who it was. Boca Chica.
Boca Chica, yeah. Right. So he's not fighting Butchev.
Yeah, I had it wrong. I don't know why I had Butchev. My bad. Sorry about that. I was thinking, but it was Boca Chica. That's the one I knew because I remember it was the dude that put hands on B. Norman. But Boca Chica, that's gonna be a tough fight because I think one thing about Boca Chica, he don't mind getting cut. He like to bleed. So when you're in there with a dude who don't mind bleeding on you, man, that's a tough fight. That's a tough fight. But let
me comment real quick because I heard everybody commented about the whole Tank Davis situation. I ain't say nothing. Okay. I wanna go back real quick and then we can move forward.
Go ahead, free.
I am not gonna sit here and make assumptions and make an ass out of me or you about what Tank Davis is gonna do next. I told y'all we don't know what that man is gonna do next until he does it. Everybody said, "Oh, he's gonna fight Pitbull next. Oh, he's gonna fight Ryan again." And this man went and fought Frank Martin, somebody that everybody wanted to see him fight. So y'all keep making assumptions of what this man is going to do next. Just let's see what happens. Y'all keep saying, "Oh, he about to fight Jake Paul, or he about to fight Dagon Rayo." Who said he's about to fight Rayo? Rayo could be coming down and rematching De Los Santos. That could be the next fight, the rematch with De Los Santos after he finished with Keyshawn. So, I mean, I'm not making no assumption what Tank Davis is going to do because nobody knows what Tank Davis is going to do until he does it. We're always out here trying to assume what Tank is going to do, and we're always wrong. So, don't nobody never know what Tank is going to do until he does it. So, I'm gonna wait to see what he does, and then we can either praise him or criticize him when the fight is made.
Can I go? Free said a lot that's true, but at the same time, I'm gonna say this, Free. I didn't make no assumptions about what Tank's doing next. I don't know what he's doing next, but I always heard that somebody keeps showing you something over and over, believe that's who they are. And I kind of believe that's who he is as far as not him. I'm starting to wonder, is it him or is it Al Heyman that's calling the shots behind the scenes that determines who he fight? Now, I'm just taking an assumption and making a guess. I don't know what Tank gonna do next, but I do know this right here. Tank said out his own mouth, like Price or somebody said, he is returned at the end of the year. That came from his mouth. So if that happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. I don't want to see Tank retire. I think he got too much work left to do. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him continue to go on, move on, push the envelope, and do great things. See, I think where you get the Tank fans and what BBO was talking about in the Tank stands, I'm a Tank fan. A stan think he can't do no wrong. Me, I'm a fan, so I know that, hey, any boxer can make a mistake or not move the way I want him to move. And I can tell you that. I don't mind telling you when somebody ain't moving like the way we want to see them move. You know, I want to see Tank, like I said, if he fights Jake Paul next and make $40 million, oh well. Okay, he made $40 million. But some kind of way, we got to get some of those names in there, Tank. Let's get them in there and let's get them out of there. If it's possible. That's all I want to see.
I don't care what he does next because I'm not a fan of none of these guys. I just want to see a fight.
I am. I ain't gonna tell no lie. I ain't gonna tell no lie.
If they put on a good fight, then I'd be happy. If they don't, then I'll talk about them. I don't care what they do.
Well, I'm gonna say this, Free. I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying, but I ain't gonna be the one to lie and say I ain't no fan of somebody. And I ain't gonna sit here and say that I don't want to see great fights. You can't, in order to get great fights, Free, we come over here every day and tell these people what we want to see. We tell these people that we want to see this, we want to see that. Well, we got to hold Tank accountable just like we hold everybody else accountable. And I don't mind telling you that I want to see Tank in a fight with somebody that I want to see him in a fight with.
Yeah,
I have that right. I feel like if I pay,
I definitely agree with you. I most definitely.
You know what I'm saying, Free? And I'm agreeing. And I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, Free, and you 100% correct. Only thing I'm saying is when I pay $80, $90, $100, I got the right to say I want to see you fight somebody. You know what I'm saying? When I'm paying my money, because I ain't got the price yet. I pay for my fights. I pay for everything. So anytime I'm paying for a fight and I'm making bets and I'm losing my money or can't decide whether or not to pick you going, you know what I'm saying, going past 7, 8 rounds or thank you.
That's why I have the problem at. That's why I have the problem at. I have a problem with that because y'all saying y'all paying for these fights. Y'all know about these fights before the fight is time for you to pay for it. So if you paying for it, it's because you want to see it.
I want to see it. Okay, I'm a boxing fan, Free, but
But what I'm saying is, you can't complain about something that you paid for. Now, if you pay for something and then all of a sudden the day of the fight they switch the fight up on you, then yeah, you got all the right to complain about it. But
let me ask you a question, Free. Though. Let me ask you a question, Free.
Hold up. You're not gonna
go ahead.
You're not gonna go to a restaurant and order a steak and they give you a hamburger and you pay for a steak and not complain about it. No, a
hamburger is a steak, really.
I didn't know what I'm saying is if you order a steak, they give you a hamburger, you're gonna complain about it. But if you didn't order that, if you ordered a steak and they gave you a steak, there's nothing to complain about. So you pay for what you want. You're not paying for a hamburger and getting a steak. You're not paying for a steak and getting a hamburger. So if you pay for that fight, it's because you wanted to see it.
And you're right. But Free, look at this though. Hold on. Look at this though. I pay to see you in the ring. I love boxing. So, but what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, when you paying your money, I don't have a problem with anybody that pays money and doing it the right way. Not pirate or doing whatever, stealing fights. When they say, man, I'm tired of seeing this. I don't have a problem with that. I don't see how anybody can have a problem with anybody that got an opinion or feel like they want to see somebody. I'm going to pay for every fight. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm going to pay for any fight that comes on because I love boxing. But what I'm saying is, though, I'm going to say this right here. Let me change it up. How about this? The boxer that's getting in the ring should care more about his legacy than I care about buying the fight.
What do you think?
How about that?
What do you think his legacy is?
What do I think his legacy is right now? I think he's a borderline. My personal opinion. No. You asked me. I'm going to tell you.
Not what you think. Not what you think it is. What he think his legacy is.
Oh, I thought you said. What do I think his legacy?
Robbing the bank.
What do he think his legacy is?
Oh, I think he thinks he's a Hall of Famer.
No. What his legacy is what he's doing, getting paid. That's what his
Yeah,
legacy is.
okay,
He's
but
gonna
getting paid
he's gonna
don't
be
make you great.
that's his legacy. His legacy is gonna be one of the highest paid fighters. That's what his legacy is. His
Okay,
legacy
is
is
that
not
good?
being
Is that good or bad though? Do we want to tell the people that's good or bad?
if that's what he want his legacy to be, that's good for him.
But I'm
But
asking you
why?
though. I don't care about him. I
Here's the
care about
problem.
Free.
Free is speaking from the perspective of Tank. CDK is
No,
speaking from
what
the
I'm saying,
perspective of a fan.
right?
Right, right,
What I'm saying
right.
is, I don't care because if it's something that I don't want to see, I'm not paying for it.
I ain't asking you that no more, Free. I'm asking you. What do you think, Tank? Take all that out. We ain't worrying about Tank. I'm worrying about D3. What do you think his legacy is?
I think his legacy is he's going to be one of the highest paid fighters. That's what
No, I'm talking about when it's all. If he keeps on this path and trajectory right now, what he's doing. What do you think if Free had to say, "Look, I'm gonna take a look back at Tank"? What would you say right now?
Tank legacy is one of the highest paid 135.
No, I ain't caring about money. I ain't caring about money. I don't care about the money.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
Free.
Legacy is.
No, I don't care about the money. Free. You know what I'm saying, man. You know what I'm saying, Free. And I'm glad the chat. Hey, if the chat know what I'm saying, y'all tell me if I'm right or wrong what I'm saying right now, please. That's how we gonna do this.
What you saying when his fight is when his career is over? What do I see his legacy as? This is what I see his legacy as. I don't.
No, I ain't saying that. I'm not saying that, Free. I'm saying if you had to say right now, are you happy with what Tank has done in boxing? Take the money out of it and everything. Are you happy with what you see from Tank right now in boxing?
It does not make me a difference. I'm not that invested.
Okay, all right.
I'm not that invested in Tank Davis. Now, if I was,
I'm not that invested in nobody, but still, I still get on here every day and talk about it.
Listen what I'm saying. I'm not that invested in Tank Davis. That's why it doesn't make me happy or mad about his career. I'm not that invested in him. Now, if it was
I understand that.
I give you a perfect example, like my Washington Commanders, I'm invested in that team. So when they do something stupid, I'm mad. But Tank Davis, I don't care. I'm not invested in him.
I understand what you're saying. Just for me to talk about something every day, I got a big investment in it. So I don't know about nobody else. They just Carlos talking. CDK, Carlos, Lowe's, whatever you want to call it. If I get on here something every day, I have a major investment in it.
I mean, like I said, if you have a major investment, yeah, you have a right to be upset. But I'm not invested in none of these fighters.
I'll say this
time and time again. If I was, it would be one of the Russells. It wouldn't be none of these other guys.
But you can still be objective enough to say what
yes.
his legacy. Hold on, let me finish. You can be objective enough to say, well, this is who he's fighting, this is what he's done, so this is how I would project, or this is what I would think his legacy would kind of look like at this stage of his career if he were to retire. That's just being objective about the situation. You don't have to be invested to give that type of criticism or analysis on a fighter.
No, what I'm saying is I don't see I don't look at Tank Davis the same way y'all look at him. Y'all look at Tank Davis as this because I didn't hear people say Tank Davis is the A side. All he has to do is send a contract, and then when he sends a contract and the person turned down a contract because they want more money, Tank Davis got to send a more respectable contract. So what you want the man to do? Because y'all said all he has to do is send a contract. So I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying the vast majority. That's what they always say. Well, Tank Davis, he's the A side. All they got to do is send a contract. Then when he send one, the dude wanted more money. Tank Davis need to give him more money. So what I'm saying is I'm not that invested in it. I don't see Tank Davis doing something so bad that I'm like, dang, I don't even want to watch Tank Davis fight. I don't think his fights are that bad. I think there's other guys that's more competitive, but I don't think he's out here fighting a bunch of bums.
Okay, I agree with you. See, that's what I wanted to hear, Free. That's what I wanted to hear. And I do agree with that. I don't think he's fighting a bunch of bums, but that's what we want to hear, like, just in a, hey, be objective. Do you feel this way or that way about what he's doing? You know what I'm saying? I'm not asking you to say, hey, man, he's a Hall of Famer. You ain't got to say that if you don't want to say it. You ain't got either one way or another.
Many times before. I don't think none of these guys are Hall of Famers until their career is over and we look back and see what they've done at the end of their career. Right now, I don't think none of them are Hall of Famers. None of them.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think Bud Crawford's a Hall of Famer right now? Or
Yes, I
Canelo?
think Bud Crawford is a Hall of Famer. I think Canelo's a Hall of Famer.
Okay. That's what I'm trying to see.
I don't think Devin. I don't think none of these guys that we talk about on a regular basis. I don't think none of them are Hall of Famers right now.
I agree with that.
Let me say this though. One thing I will say, that's a good conversation we had. But what I want to talk about is what do you got? And I'm gonna ask Dub this, super my man Hot Rod and Prize. I'm gonna ask you this, Dub, before we get out of here. My question is, how good is Moses? We see him beating people dead. Is Moses who we think he is? I think he look like a modern day Chris Bird. What would you say about Moses, man?
I don't think he. I mean, he getting knockouts in the first, second round, but he ain't been tested. I can't say how good he gonna be.
Right.
He ain't fought nobody.
We just
Hold
went
on.
through
Did
this
you
exercise. We just went through this exercise with overhyping Jared Anderson. So
did you just say
give it some
modern
time.
day Chris Bird?
Dead.
Yeah,
modern day Chris Bird. First of all, Chris Bird never beat
Oh, I
nobody
didn't even
dead.
catch that, Free.
First of all, Chris Bird has never beat nobody dead. Second of all, this dude don't box like Chris Bird. Why would you say modern day Chris Bird? There's a whole bunch of other guys you could have said.
Because of his size. That's why I said it.
Chris Bird came from middleweight, though, didn't
like Chris Bird.
Say it again.
Where did Chris Bird come from?
Like Chris Bird.
Yeah, he came up from middleweight. He came up from middleweight.
No, but I'm saying you're talking about Moses and Toma, right?
Yeah, that's what we talking about.
Yep.
Moses, I don't even know.
He looks like a pretty big dude to me.
Yeah, I don't even know if
you only
Moses
like
has
right.
ability or not. Like from the fights that I've seen of Moses, I don't know if he has boxing ability. I don't know how good his defense is. He hasn't, like Doug said, he hasn't been tested yet. Now they got him ranked number 1 in the WBO. Maybe we will see him get tested, but I really don't.
Where are you ranked now?
I don't know where. I mean, I don't know what he's made of right now, but they got him ranked number 1 in the WBO right now.
And let me ask you this real quick, Doug. This is something I was thinking about. This is the final question for tonight. But I want to hear from everybody on this. What do you think about the Tyson Fury we see clean with Turkey, and then the Ryan Garcia we see clean with Turkey? Is it just me, or the two biggest drug cheats in the sport look totally different when they're not pumped up on PEDs? Because we've seen Fury go life and death with Ngannou, went life and death with Usyk, but we seen him destroy Wilder, destroyed Dillian White, everybody he was destroying before, you know what I mean, before he started getting on this clean program with Turkey. Do you guys think it's something to the fact that when these guys are actually clean, they don't look as crazy and strong as they used to look? What do you guys think? Go ahead, Dub. Start off for us.
No, y'all go ahead. I'll be right back.
Go ahead, Free.
I could see that.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Mark.
No, I was just going to say I could see that being the case with Ryan Garcia, but thing with Tyson Fury, and any of these dudes could be taking drugs and then be doing something to mess with the test. But from my understanding, that situation with Tyson Fury where he got banned for drugs, that was about 2 years. That was like after the Klitschko fight, where they decided to pull his collar about that type of stuff. So I don't know if you could really say that applies to the Usyk fight. Not only that, I thought Tyson Fury. This is just me personally. I thought he fought 2 great fights. Like those are 2 great fights. Like that first fight, he was beating the sleeves off of Usyk, and I thought he was about to stop Usyk until Usyk came out of nowhere and almost stopped him, and then took back the action and went on point. Like that was a crazy fight to me. And again, you saw Tyson Fury get hurt, and I don't even know if you could call it conditioning because he's such a fat body, but that thing that makes Tyson Fury special, whether you hate him or not, it came out again. He showed heart, and he was able to survive as long as he did. But no, I don't think the drugs or the Turkey Clean program had anything to do with Tyson Fury. Now Ryan Garcia, absolutely. You didn't see Ryan Garcia never caught a second win in that Rolly fight.
You never saw him explode the way he did with Ryan Garcia, or excuse me, with Devin Haney. Now, also credit to Rolly for being disciplined, keeping the right hand up. But still, I think the drugs had a lot more to do with Ryan Garcia. Good.
I
I
agree
don't
with
know if
that.
I don't know if the drugs had anything to do with Ryan Garcia because the drugs he was taking is not for endurance. So I mean, I don't know if that
Mhm.
played a part or not. I think it was more so he got put down and he felt the power of rolling. He was like, nah, I can't get knocked out because I got this big fight on the horizon. And he played it a little too safe. I think he played it too safe. And like I said, that's what happens when you have multiple fights made up and guys going in there thinking about the bigger bag instead of thinking about the task that's at hand. And I think he played it too safe with Rolly and thought he can outbox Rolly, but Rolly outboxed him.
Yeah, I
He
would agree
done
with
for
that, man. I just never seen Tyson Fury look like he been looking when he got with
I thought
Turkey, man.
I
He
ain't gonna
looked
lie. I agree with Marky Dan. I thought Tyson Fury fought the best heavyweight in the world, and he looked phenomenal against him. He just fought a better fighter at the end of the day. It wasn't a bad fight. Tyson Fury was in there. He fought good. He looked great, and he lost. He came up short. Ryan Garcia, to me, is a different situation, and I want to hold him accountable. I want to hold Ryan Garcia accountable. I feel like that at times, like I, I would hate to be David Haney. I would hate to be David Haney. Nobody wants to hold Ryan Garcia accountable. And I ain't talking about on this panel. I'm talking about like, is it as if he didn't do anything to cheat? Yes, he cheated. He cheated.
CDK, my bad. The only person who held Ryan Garcia accountable is a woman. None of these
Yep.
men out here that talk about honor and all this stuff. Go ahead.
Hey, I agree with you, Morgan. Man, Ryan Garcia cheated. He tried to find a way to cut weight and cut. And like I keep telling people, I believe that he was cycling off of the drugs. I might not be right. I could be wrong, but this is just my personal opinion. If you're cycling off of something, it's gonna be low dosages. But that's why they say if you have anything in your system that you're not supposed to have in your system, because they know that, you know what I'm saying, that you can be cycling off. You can be, you know what I'm saying, a Ryan Garcia. So that's just how I feel about it.
Most definite, most definite. I'm glad he got beat, and I wish Rolly would have knocked him out, but it didn't happen the way
What's
that
that?
I wanted to happen. But I mean, it is what it is. Um, I I saw something about Oscar don't want the rematch right now, and I
Yeah,
heard I heard some people saying, "Oh, well, they got to build the fight back up." What? Build what fight back up? Why are y'all trying to put money in this man's pocket? Why y'all gotta build
right.
it up to put money in this man's pocket? Let's get the
You're
rematch.
right.
Let's
You're
let's
right.
let's
You're right.
let's have the fight. And if he win, he win. If he lose, he lose. And move on.
Yep, I agree, Free.
Man, OG, you saying some BS right now. You
Oh,
saying some
you
BS
I ain't
you
gonna
on
say it.
BS because I don't care.
because
I don't care nothing about Ryan
because
Garcia.
what you just said. So basically, what you saying, OG Crush. So before the Rolly fight, before the Devin fight, Ryan looked like the same fighter, fastest hook in boxing, no skills,
Yeah.
very limited limitation on his skills. We know what he can do, know what he can't do. Haven't you thought just maybe Devin Haney is just not that good? Because based off of one fight against Rolly, I'm not gonna sit here and say that's how Ryan really is. When in his previous fights, he fought the same. Like OG Free said, maybe that power has something to do with it. Maybe he was scared when Rolly cracked him. You
Yeah.
know, but before that fight, I just think Ryan just fought the same against Devin and against every other opponent. We saw the flaws before he even fought Devin. Devin is just a bigger name, bigger opponent that's supposedly a A-list level type fighter. And we just saw he got exposed. I just think it had more to do with Devin Haney not being that good. I mean, Luke Campbell, y'all forget Luke Campbell dropped Ryan Garcia. Ryan just not that good. I mean,
No,
before the Haney fight, we saw how fast the left hook was. When he fought Fortuna, we saw how fast the left hook was. When he fought Luke Campbell, when he fought Oscar Duarte, we saw how fast the left hook was. He wasn't on drugs then. I just think I just think that Haney just maybe not be that good, OG, but what you think he is. That's all.
No. First of all,
I see
hold
your point. I
on. Let me
respect that.
rebuttal that. Because I think
say
Crush not up here. Crush not up here. I don't know if you're talking to Crush in the is Crush in the comments?
No, that was CDK. He thought you was Crush. That's CDK.
Okay. I don't know what I said different from what y'all said. I'm agreeing with everything y'all said. But I say this right here. If you catch somebody cheating once, that means they cheated twice. Don't ever think that because you didn't catch the person. Yeah. Don't. Now you talk what you said, OG. So I'm gonna give you some OG game. You need to hear OG game. He didn't get caught cheating then. He didn't get caught. He got caught cheating when he fought Devin Haney. So don't think that he wasn't cheating before then. That's ridiculous to think a person out the blue. And if you think about it, if you come out of that camp right there with Canelo Alvarez, the face of boxing, got caught cheating. We're gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? This is what I do for a living. You know what I'm saying? I talk good. I talk good now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going back looking at what Canelo Alvarez did.
I wouldn't say Devin Haney is not that good to beat Ryan because outside of the 3 knockdowns, Devin Haney was winning that fight. It's just
he was. Thank you. And I feel the same way, Free.
Devin Haney just went in there and tried to knock Ryan out. He tried to get his get back when he got dropped, and every time he tried to get his get back, he got dropped. And so
I'll tell you.
I think if he would have fought a smart fight, I think he would have won that fight on point. Because if you take one of those knockdowns away, Devin Haney wins that fight. All you gotta do is take one of them away. So if he would have got knocked down twice and not 3 times, he would have won that fight. But I just think he fought the wrong fight. I think he's a better fighter than Ryan, and I think he can be Ryan if he fight his style of fighting and not try to go in there and fight the style of fighting that the fans want to see him fight.
I'll say this though. I'll say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. I definitely gotta say, man, when Dub was calling that fight, when he started punching the chocolate out of Devin, and you start seeing fried chicken everywhere, I was shocked. I mean, it seemed like every
cut that out, man. Cut that fried chicken out.
He did, man. He did, man. It was grape soda everywhere, man. But I did want to say this. My bad to Dub Right Side. We did not show you proper respect. We have not been playing your drop before you talk, man. Let me give Dub his respect, man.
I do it for the children. You can take the children and bounce them on their knees. Bounce them on the knee and then sing a melody. The Varnell man, did you mean he's my?
Well, my bad, Varnell. I want to make sure I showed you your love, man. My bad, Varnell. Hey, but let me ask you this, Dub. How much longer before you free, man? You hear me, Dub?
Dub on mute.
Yeah, I think Dub.
I think he on mute.
Yeah, he must have fell down the steps.
He coming out with a new single. He working on it.
Yeah, and just so y'all know, I think Devin Haney had the wrong game plan against Ryan. To be honest with you, I think it was the wrong game plan.
He did.
But yeah, I think he was trying to prove something. I think he was worried about what Tank done instead of handling his business and fighting the way that Devin Haney fights. And I think it was a bad game plan.
And what I want to say is this, man. Shout out to all the EPT boys. Shout out to all the Tank fans who don't watch boxing. Salute to all y'all. I'm excited about boxing. Like I said, we got some good guys coming, man. Because I'm seeing, I don't know, people don't know this, but my man Tiger Johnson, man, got a tough fight ahead of him, man. So I can't wait to see him in that fight. My man King Virgil, I heard, is going to be back in the ring sometime in September. So I'm excited, man. We got Canelo getting ready to beat the black off of Terrence Crawford. So, I mean, we got a lot of good fights, man. You don't want to miss it, man. And shout out to
Jamal Charlo this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully, if Jamal Charlo,
forget Charlo, man. It's all about Sweet Hand, man. Against
No, I'm
Charlo.
a Caleb Plant fan. I'm just saying
I,
that he's making his return. Yeah, I'm a Caleb
I
Plant fan.
hope
Yeah, I
I
don't.
hope
You know what?
Charlo
You know
win because I
what?
got Plant
Shout out to
smoking him.
Elvis,
Right,
man. Shout
right.
out to Elvis.
I agree with you. I agree with you. But I want Charlo to win this weekend so they can do their thing.
You see,
But shout
OG
out to my
CDK.
man
That's
Elvis.
what's wrong with this sport. It's been 3 years since that slap happened, and now
Yeah.
they finally about to fight.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree
Who's
with you. I
free
agree with you. Hey, I can't argue
Hold
about
on. Let
this.
me tell you this out, Rod. This thing you got to remember: the man has mental illness, bro. I mean, have some compassion, dude. Damn.
Did the slap do it?
Nah,
Did the slap do it though? Did the
nah,
slap do
OG.
it?
I'm
He
not
not in
finna
his
have
dude.
compassion
He
for
not in his
mans
right mind, bro.
that
Come
make
on, you
millions of dollars, man. I'm not finna have no compassion for mans making millions of
CDK. Me
dollars,
and you
man.
both
Yeah.
seen people on pills. You can't tell me
Yeah.
he not on no super strong psychiatric pills, man. You can see it.
Man, I don't know. I've been on
I
Ritalin.
don't
I've
know
been on
what you I don't
Prozac.
know what y'all see. I don't see nothing wrong with Jamal
No,
Charlo.
ain't nothing wrong with him. I've been on Ritalin and
Man,
Prozac.
I mean, it might have been something wrong with him in the past, but I'm talking about these
No, I'm
interviews that
saying he
he's
on some
done.
meds, bro. He's on some
No,
meds, dog.
what I'm saying, the interviews that I've seen him
so
done
what?
leading up to this fight, I didn't see nothing wrong with Jamal Charlo.
I
Even
ain't
if
either
he
But
on
free.
some med, even if he's on some meds, everybody up here has acknowledged that something was wrong with Jamal Charlo before the break. So
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
That means the
Hey,
yeah.
man went and got some help.
Hey, shout
when a
out to him
dude
for
on
going get
meds
help.
like that, Marky Dan, hide all the
What?
butter knives, all the steak knives, hide
I'm
everything.
glad. Yeah, I'm
Nah,
glad he went and
you
got
you
help.
you shaming a black man for going and seeking mental health. You the problem.
Who who doing that?
You said what?
This guy.
I said shout out to him for
No,
going and
I'm
get
talking
help.
to BVO, not you, CDK.
Oh, okay, okay.
So you say you got a problem? You called me a what?
No, I say it sounds like you shaming a black man for getting mental help.
You called me the ER? Whoa, whoa.
I call you a racist before I call you that. Get it straight, big boy.
You said
And OGBVO,
well, you know what,
I
man?
totally disagree
When
with
you when
you.
you say when you say those little weird comments, man, I just want to let you know that I'm straight, man. No, thank you. But
Whoa.
What the
shout out to my man Marky Dan. I'm gonna release the video later on. Marky Dan showed us him
Man, I
riding a
ain't your
horse.
man. Let's get that straight. Yeah, let's get everything straight here on now. I'm not your man.
Damn, I
Marky
get that.
Dan,
What do I get back? And y'all out of order.
back to the fields, boy. Back to the fields, man. You out of
Back to the
order. We
treadmill,
let you put
boy.
some we let you put some shoes on. Now you in here talking crazy, man.
Yo,
Go pick some
yo,
fruit.
y'all defend this dude. Y'all defend the racism. That's okay.
Yo, OG, how are you gonna do you wear glasses? Because how you gonna sit here and say Fury was fighting life and death when he was clearly beating that man to death until Usyk just caught him with a punch.
I didn't say
He
that.
was outboxing that man smooth. No, I'm talking OGBVO.
Okay, okay.
He was beating that man to death, smooth and clean until Usyk caught him with a
He
punch.
said smooth.
Who are you what man? Come
Hey, he
on,
He was
was.
kicking
man.
his
Man,
ass smooth, bro. I
He
can see
He
was.
your facts.
was, but he did it, but then he wasn't. Ain't no what you did. It's about what happened. At the end of the day,
What happened? We
Usyk
got
He
a
took his
didn't
good
belt
fight.
off.
We got a
we
good
got a
fight.
good
That's what
fight,
happened.
BBL. He didn't look bad. He didn't get beat to death. He didn't look bad either, BBL. He
And
didn't
I
look bad.
like that second fight too. That second fight was a
Me
But I'll
too.
climax.
say
I
this,
like that
man.
fight too.
I'll say this though about Fury. Them Deontay Wilder hits did something to him because he's not the same with his chin. Something changed.
Hey, OG,
He's
I
not the
totally
same.
agree. I was gonna say that too. You know, I
Yeah,
was gonna
I
say
agree with that.
Get,
maybe them fights
Getting
took
the
something
life
out of
punched
him.
out of you, he wasn't the same. That's
I
what I'm
agree with that,
basically saying.
BBL.
Dude was, I mean, people say what they want. Wilder and Fury both need to sit down. I just seen Lennox Lewis go on Sky Sports and give a 2-hour interview about how he's going to petition the sanctioning bodies. I think it's in Georgia. He don't want that fight with BLK Prime to happen. He's saying that Wilder could really get some super nerve damage if he get hurt the wrong way. So
I,
there's got to be
I don't have a
a
problem with
Lennox
it.
is
I
going
don't
too
know.
far.
The
I mean,
wild. Let me
I
ask
don't know
y'all a
why they
Lennox
question.
would
said
do
he
that.
don't.
The
Lennox
man is
said he looks
fighting.
like he's not all there. That's what Lennox said.
No, I'm
I
gonna say
mean,
this:
the
if
man
that
is fighting
man,
a Navy cook. So I don't think he has much to worry about. Like I don't think he got to go through all that.
Hey,
get
Mark, you should
knocked
have
out
saw
by the
that
man
dude
that was
interviewed.
if that
Say
man
what,
get
Free?
knocked out
Hold
by
on.
the
I'm gonna go watch it.
if that man get knocked out by the man that was on the fries last week, it's gonna be a problem. I'm just telling you,
Surely, it's gonna be a real problem.
Free. Hey, anybody can get knocked out. And
Now I'm gonna tell you something for real. Hey
I know
man,
that.
listen.
If that
Let
man,
this
if
sizzle on
that
your
man do a
spirit.
backflip in the,
Hey man, listen. Let this sizzle on your spirit. Like my boy Country Wayne say. I've been thinking about picking against Wilder. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I see a money play in this. I'm thinking about picking against Wilder. It might be crazy, but
What's
this
the odds?
pork and bean cook, baked bean cook, whatever he might be,
he is
he
a
might
Navy
get.
cook. He is a Navy cook, an
Hold on.
honorable
I
man.
heard he give everybody ice out the. I heard he was a trustee, man. They say he gave ice out the kitchen, man. Show him some
Nah, he
respect.
brought him. He did
This
bring
man
some bread
served in
out
our
there.
armed forces, and y'all are disrespecting him.
He
Hey,
brought some bread.
let me say this real
I
quick
don't
before
care
we get
what he
out of
Memorial
did.
here.
Day was
I
on
don't care.
Monday.
I don't care what he did
Hey,
in the armed
shout out to
forces.
my
Is what
uncle,
he's
man.
doing now.
My uncle told me this funny story. Now, I don't know this to be true, CDK. My uncle
Yeah,
said he used to trade like different things to get ice off the kitchen. Is that true, man?
man. Listen,
But you,
that ice for them cold drinks come in handy.
yeah,
Listen, cold drinks. I'm talking about them sodas, man. And
yeah,
then you might want you some patties. You know what I'm saying? You might want you some patties out the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? You might want you
yeah.
some on Bird Day. We call it Bird Day chicken. On Bird Day, you might want you 5-6 pieces of bird. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you don't trade what you got to trade. Just don't trade it.
Hey,
Don't say it. Don't say it,
Man,
CJ.
Wilder
Don't
better
say
not
it.
get
hey,
put.
Don't
man.
say that, CJ.
Shout out to Marky Dan's Uncle Fleece Johnson, man, for coming out
Hey man,
and
listen, now hold on. Let me say something. Man.
Wow.
Why are these people taking Fleece Johnson, man, and taking this man around here like he a celebrity? Do people know what this man was doing?
Because it'll go viral. It's content. They
yeah.
know people will look. It's the booty warrior. You know how this works, CDK.
No, it ain't right though, man. It's not right. It's not right.
He
It's
not
not
all
right.
there either, though, man. He not all there, Mark. He not all there, Mark.
Man, I see Fleece Johnson. I might. Ugh.
This
You might
man,
what,
listen,
Mark?
man. This man for 20 years, man, he was the
Was a
booty bandit,
monster.
a monster, sick individual, and they got him running around here like, man, like he a celebrity. He a celebrity for taking booty. He a celebrity for taking booty.
But what you gotta
Hey, what that
understand,
man
CDK,
said,
the
booty more
man
important than water.
traumatized an entire generation. Everybody
Shout out to the
my age
Boondocks for
has
making
seen that
Fleece Johnson
Boondocks
famous.
episode. That nigga is
Shout out to the
Yeah, the
hilarious.
Boondocks.
Boondocks. The Boondocks
They made
done
him
that.
The
famous.
Boondocks made him famous. They made him into a cult icon.
And shout
He
out to
getting
Marky
he
Dan
getting
for keeping
paid for
up
that.
that tradition.
Hey, he getting paid for that, and he got I guess he got a YouTube channel or something too. But this man getting paid for
Yeah.
that.
What y'all talking about?
How long
Fleet
before you come back, Dub?
Fleet
Friday.
Johnson.
I'll be back Friday. Tomorrow, my last day.
Okay.
Being on suspension.
Oh, so you'll be back Saturday then.
Nah, Friday.
Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, you said
Yeah, tomorrow
tomorrow.
Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, I got
I'm
struck.
already
I
getting
got
this
struck
Friday.
last Thursday. I got struck last Thursday, and they gave me 7 days. So
By the
we'll
way,
be back.
I finally hit 51, so 51 subscribers, so I should be able to go live soon.
All right, cool.
Yo,
Yeah.
OG Free, when the next
Shout
football
out to the
show,
young
man?
booty warrior, Marky Dan.
I was waiting for
Man, you
Dub to
better
get. I
get the
waiting for
hell up
Dub
out
to
of here,
get
you
back up.
weirdo.
Once
Okay.
Dub come back, once Dub's able to go live again, we're gonna get back to the football, so we could go through these divisions and wins and losses for each team.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
tomorrow we gonna take a page of the Dub's book. We're gonna talk about violence in our community and what happened to the family unit. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you guys, ain't nothing going on in boxing, man. Ain't nothing
No, it
going on.
ain't. So
Ain't
that's
nobody
why I
trying to
enjoyed
see.
the Larry Hoover segment.
Yeah,
You know,
ain't
Larry
nobody
Hoover
trying to
segment.
see no
Hey,
washed up Jamal
Hey,
Charlo or no
shout
washed
out.
up
Hey,
Caleb Plant.
I want to say one thing, BBO, before you go. Shout out to the
Yeah.
Indiana Pacers. They out here doing their thing.
Yep,
Shout out to
yep.
Oh yeah,
Larry.
man. Yeah.
Hey, real quick,
Halliburton might do it.
This
Halliburton
man need
might
a
do it.
drug test, man. This man
hold
need
on.
a drug test.
I want to say something about the whole Larry Hoover thing as well. And I also got to say, man, OKC putting hands on Minnesota right now. My God.
Sure live.
They
Bad
Hands
putting
and feet.
matchup.
Hands and feet.
arms, legs, knees,
Hey,
elbows.
I got a
Okay, see now
song. I
winning
got a
it this
song
year,
for
Dub.
Ant Man.
Yes,
I got
sir.
a song for
Hold
Ant Man. Good
Mark,
night,
it's
sweetheart. Well, it's time
I
to go.
yo,
Yeah.
I don't
Dan,
give a
it's
fuck
a bad
how
matchup. It's a
stacked
bad
that
matchup
team
for the
is.
Panthers.
I want to run.
Dub, I want to
let
hear
me
what you
say
got to
this.
say about Larry Hoover. And I got something to say at the end about Larry Hoover before we go out of here.
First things first, shout out to Larry Hoover, man. Happy to see that the brother is not gonna die in jail, in prison. The man that served his time, in my personal opinion. Um, Also, it was interesting. I was listening to some man. I was just thinking, a lot of these young guys, they came up knowing Larry Hoover. You know what I'm saying, for starting um, the community organization. That's how I'm gonna put it. That he started, and it was interesting. I heard something, and I think one thing that he will bring back, he'll be able to get to a lot of these quote unquote gang members, these people part of these illegal community organizations, and hopefully be able to talk a little sense into them, especially the head guys saying, "Hey, look, we need if you're gonna be a leader, you got to be a leader in your community." And I think Larry Hoover will bring that back. The quote I want to give y'all, man, I was listening to a song, and the brother said, "My YN thugging, that's just how he lived. You can't even pay him to straighten up." Just think about that. You can't pay a young man to do better than what he doing. That's how these youngsters acting these days. I think it brings a little more structure to the quote unquote gang community. And shout out to Trump, man, for freeing Larry Hoover, man. Shout out to Larry Hoover. Can't wait to see what he takes part in. I think he'll come out and be very active in the community. Um, that's what I'm hoping for from the brother, and I think he'll be on that type of time.
I definitely think he's gonna be on that type of time, Dub. And I'm gonna say this so people understand how far it go back to '73 when Larry Hoover, the old man as we call him, when he went to prison. And just so to give you a little background history, Larry Hoover could have basically maybe been out of prison, but what happened was, let me see how you say this: if they put a wiretap on you, right, and you going to see one of your family members, federal law says if they're gonna put a wire on you, you have to be notified. So what they done was they wiretapped everybody that came to see Larry Hoover, and that's how they convicted him and gave him a life sentence in the federal prison system. So it was already illegal. So he's been locked up a long time on an illegal charge, and they've known this forever. So that right there, man, just let that marinate and think about that right there. That's what he got that extra life sentence for. The guy that he was locked up with has been out over 35 years. Larry Hoover also has been on Supermax since 1991, man. I'm talking about Supermax where they bring your shower to your door, where they read your mail on a TV screen. For this man to still have a sound mind just tells you, man, what God can do. And I think he's going to set an example and be a great example for the youth and people. And it tells you how strong of an influence he has when they told him, if you denounce gangster disciple, you know what I'm saying, this is the way they said it, because they're really growth and development, which it changed to growth and development in 1981. So you're going to put that out there. Larry Hoover, he denounced it. And everybody said, man, let him do that. Let him get out of there. Let him come home to his family. He's been gone too long. So that's just the type of, you know what I'm saying, whatever you want to call it, influence he has over a lot of people, man. Free that man.
And to be, like you said, CDK, to be in a supermax for this amount of time, it just. And I want to ask you. Let me ask the question. Let me make this a question instead of my opinion. You'll know better than me. How do you think will he be able to figure out how to? And what is he? I think he's like 73 or something like that now. So,
73, 74.
Yeah. So will he be able to acclimate to society? You know what I'm saying? After being under those conditions for so long. There are certain things that you gotta change about yourself, regardless of who you are, to be in those conditions for that amount of time. Do you think he acclimates back to society?
I'm gonna say this right here. I done 20 years, and I was locked up with somebody, and I seen them get out, and they had done like maybe 42, 43 years. To get back in society, you have to have family, people out there with you that still love you, that's able to bring you back out there and show you, you know what I'm saying, the right way. I think he's gonna be okay because he got a lot of people around him that love him, and he got a strong family support, and he got, you know what I'm saying, he got a big support system. That's the main thing of getting back out. No matter if you do a year, you have to have a support system. You got to have somebody out there that's gonna be able to show you the right way, help you do it. You got to think about this. He don't know nothing about a cell phone. He don't know anything about a laptop, the stuff that we take, you know what I'm saying, every day and think it ain't nothing, man, that's big to him. But he gonna be okay because of the people he got around him. He got Lil J, you know what I'm saying, which is Jay Prince, you know what I'm saying. He got Kanye West. He is in a way better position than a whole lot of people coming out of prison. He gonna be okay.
I ain't mad at it. I hope you're right. I hope you're absolutely right. And like I said, I think he's gonna come out and try to be still the big homie, but lead in a different way. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
So
yep.
some individuals don't go down the road and end up where he ended up for so long. Even if we kind of, I don't disagree that it's somewhat unjust for him to be there for the amount of time he was there. Um, hey, I think he's gonna come out with the right energy, but I really do.
Hey, think about who all the people they freed, man. They freed Prince from the Supreme team, you know what I'm saying? He out. They freed they've been freeing people lately. Like a lot of people that we've heard about and heard the stories about seem like they coming home now. You know what I'm saying? Like they're coming out of there. And I think Prince done like 32 years. A lot of people that done a lot of time are coming home right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Shout out to Trump, man. Hey, shout out to my brother, the boxing kangaroo in the building too. Salute, Carl, straight out of Australia. Shout out to my brother Picasso as well. Much love to y'all.
Carl.
Outside of that, anybody else got anything on Larry Hoover? Before
Nah.
we got to chop up before we go. And shout out to my brother BB. I would normally do this myself, but we're gonna get back to doing it shortly. But Indiana or the playoffs, who y'all got winning it all? Right now, like I said, OKC they beating the brake shoes off of Minnesota right now.
My
Let me say.
money's
Let me.
on OKC.
Mine too.
I got the Pacers winning it all. I don't think
I got
OK. I think
OKC.
OKC they're just a cursed franchise.
It's a bad matchup for the Pacers. I got the Thunder in 5.
Thunder and
Hey,
fire.
I can
I
agree
wish
with that. Yep.
I wish I had the drop for that. Listen, y'all gonna think I'm crazy. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy when I say this. I got the Pacers. Y'all know why I got the Pacers?
They got
GM
depth.
Ursay. GM Ursay. That's why I got the Pacers winning it all this year because of what happened to GM Ursay. That man passing away, long time owner of the Colts, all that being
Yeah.
in and all that kind of stuff. Um, I always say this. I say this about the Cowboys on a regular basis. We can't win nothing, and I don't wish death upon nobody. But we ain't gonna win nothing till Jerry Jones pass away. And
Yeah.
the only reason I say it because the man sold his soul, in my personal opinion, for them 3 Super Bowls. So we gonna be a cursed franchise until he gone. I say that respectfully. And like I said, I ain't wishing death upon the man. So I
I'm
think
glad you
in
finally
that,
accepted it, Dub.
I always said that. I've
I'm
had this
glad
opinion.
I got to hear you say it, Dub.
Okay, but I've had this opinion for probably
You out of order.
I had this opinion for probably the last 10 years or so. But um,
Okay, I didn't know. Yeah.
but nah, I think I'm going with Indiana because of Jim Irsay. Although I do think that OKC is the best team right now.
Yeah. I think that the best player that's gonna be left is gonna be Shea. So I like to go with the best player. I think Shea gonna show up and show out. Uh Indiana, I think it's gonna go 6 games. I ain't gonna lie. I say 6 games. I think the Thunder gonna get them out there in 6.
That boy Halliburton looking crazy out there on the court, ain't he?
He is.
Not just
No, I can't get enough
Halliburton.
Yeah.
of
They
him.
got Siakam. They got Nemhard. They got Miles
OG
Turner. They
Hey,
got
shout out to
TJ
Mal
McConnell
Turner.
coming off the bench. They
Go
got
ahead.
Yeah,
serious
yeah.
depth over there, and they
OG
got
Dub,
shot
look,
makers.
look what
Go
they
ahead, Hot
did.
I
Rod.
just think
Look
Hold
what
on,
they
I think
let me
did.
Morgan
make.
did.
Let Hot
Oh,
Rod jump in real quick.
okay.
Look, look at the Thunder and the New York Knicks series. It's a matchup that favors the Pacers. They want to get up and down the court, and New York want to play half court ball.
Yeah,
They don't have. That's why I was telling Marky Dan. I just think the Pacers is a good squad, but I think it's a bad matchup.
yeah.
They got multiple perimeter defenders to throw at Tyler Hattenberg. Who y'all gonna bank y'all money on? You gonna think
Yeah.
Neef Smith is gonna do something? I mean, they just got too many defenders to throw at
Don't forget,
Tyler.
Siakam had 38 and 39, man.
They gonna guard
Yeah.
that. They got too
And
many defenders. See,
And
the
Siakam got
OKC.
experience on a
Okay,
championship
if I
squad.
had to bet, money on who's the better fast break team, it's OKC.
I agree. I agree with that.
it's gonna be a good series, but I just think it's a bad matchup. They got too many
Yeah.
two-way defenders to throw at these boys, man, and they young.
I hear you. And I wouldn't disagree. I think OKC they should be the favorite coming in, but I just don't like that team, man. After the way how they lost to the Heat, and them niggas had Harden, they had KD, they had
Wait.
what's the African power forward? I forgot his fucking name.
Siakam,
But they,
Serge Ibaka, Serge
yeah,
Ibaka.
Serge Ibaka, they
Yeah,
had
Serge Ibaka.
motherfucking Westbrook. They had a squad. Like I just don't believe. Like
Listen,
I just think the OKC they one of them teams like the fucking like the Cowboys. They just curse.
All right.
hold on real
But they
quick,
They
ain't
gonna
Mark.
been
get to the
around that
game
But
long.
and fail.
They
the
was
problem
what
is
would they do?
the problem with that, Marky Dan, is this is a better squad than that squad. That's the
Yep.
problem with it.
It's a better full team.
Mm-hmm.
But hold on
No,
real quick, Marky. Just listen to this. In the first quarter, I mean the first half, excuse me. SGA, the man has 20 on 8 of 14 shooting. Um, let me see. Williams, let me rewind it real quick. I was just looking at the numbers. Here we go. Williams, he out there, he got 15 on 5 of 9 shooting, and Chet, he got 15 on 5 of 8 shooting. They're an efficient team.
Yep.
And that's the only reason I can give Indiana. The only reason I'm riding with them is because of GM Irsay. That's the only reason. And that's the conspiracy nature in me. I'll be honest with you. But these boys right now, they got 55 points between the three of them in the first half on very efficient shooting. I mean, that's a hard team to beat.
Yo, Mark, who better, Tyler or Ant?
Say that
Man,
again.
Who better, Tyler or Ant?
it's not even close.
Tyler or Camby? I can't hear you.
I said,
Ant Man,
Ant-Man, who's better, Tyler or Ant?
And
And you see what the Thunder's doing to him, right?
putting
I
hands on him.
mean, Ant Man. I mean, he only got Julius Randle, DiVincenzo. Mike Conley is really past it. Like who he got? He don't got himself a squad like Halliburton.
So
What's the shooting guard name they got over there? He been killing this series.
DiVincenzo, right?
No,
Or
no,
no,
not
no, I lied. McDaniel.
McDaniel. He
DiVincenzo
been
hurt.
killing. He been killing.
so you think the Pacers? Let's say if the Pacers play the Timberwolves, you would favor the Pacers?
Yes, I'll take the Pacers. I'll take them in
Okay.
6 or 5.
Okay.
Hey, I think it's gonna be a good ass series. I think it might go 6 or 7. I don't know. The Thunder could very well win it.
Hey man,
Hey,
like
hey.
I
So
said,
what? So
oh, go
what
ahead.
happened with the rule? Did they ban the tush push or no?
Yeah, they banned it.
I
Did they
think it's
ban it?
crazy.
no, they did not. No, they did not.
Yeah, they supposed to have a meeting.
No, they did not
Um,
ban it. They already had the meeting. They did not ban it.
yeah, cause what they needed a super majority. They needed
Okay, I've been
24
saying
of 31
They needed.
teams
Yeah,
to get it up out of here.
they needed one more team
They had
to
23
vote
votes
for it,
instead of
and
24. Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
and they didn't get it. So
No,
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 they
they had 22,
8
22.
teams decided to do the right thing and not
That's
be
right.
pussies.
What teams
Find a way
right.
voted
to
to keep it
stop
in?
it.
What teams voted to keep it
I hope
in?
Detroit was one of them.
You
Hey,
said
do y'all know
what?
who
I,
said yes to vote it in to leave it in?
Let me
I
look
would
it
hate
up.
to.
I don't know if Washington voted to keep it in or not, but what I do know is when they asked Dan Quinn and they asked AP about it, he said, "Man, you just got to learn how to beat it." They didn't say
That's
whether
it.
they didn't say whether they was voting against it or if they was
So
voting for it. They just said you just got to learn how to beat it.
so here are the teams that voted to keep the tush push: the Baltimore Ravens, the Patriots, the Lions, the Browns, the
That's right.
Dolphins, the Jaguars, the Saints, the Titans, and the Jets.
That's
But
right. The
half of them
Lions.
teams,
We
Hey,
half
look,
of
we
them
ain't no
teams
nobody,
didn't
suckers. The
even
nobody,
Lions ain't
involve
no
the
suckers.
quarterback,
hey,
man.
it wasn't nobody in the NFC East, was it?
Nah, hell, hell nah.
Hold on. Why the Eagles and the Bills didn't vote on it?
Well, I assume the Eagles probably voted for themselves.
No, I'm
It
just
Yeah.
says
saying no, but
the teams that joined the Eagles.
it wasn't against the Eagles. It was against the tush push, and because the Eagles is not the only team that does it. It's
No,
like
no, no,
seven.
Right.
but
It's like
no, no,
seven
no.
other teams that
What
do
I'm
it.
reading that it said is here are the teams that joined the Eagles to keep the tush push. That's what I meant.
Okay. But why the
So,
Bills
so,
didn't? Why the Bills didn't vote? Because they do it a lot.
but,
I
Sure
don't
do.
know.
so,
The Bills were one of the teams that were front and center saying they wanted it banned.
I don't
What?
understand that. They do it. They do it a lot.
But they can't do it like us. That it was a 4th and 1. They needed that 1 yard to go to the Super
It
Bowl, and you
it didn't
saw what
matter.
it was.
But the
It
whole
don't
thing is,
work for everybody.
but the
hey,
whole thing is,
I'm taking it.
it didn't matter if they can't do it like y'all. If they're one of the teams that do it, why would you vote against it? If you're one of the
Right.
teams that do it,
I'm
that don't even
taking
make
out.
sense.
I'm taking my quarterback out the game. I'm putting a tight end or a fullback in, and we're gonna touch push now. That's what I'm doing.
That's it. That's
That's
it.
smart.
Me personally, I wasn't against it. I wasn't for it. Whatever happened, happened. But like
I
Dan Quinn
was I
said,
was for it. I was
like
for
Dan
it.
Quinn said, you gotta learn how to defend it. If you don't know how to defend it, you're just gonna be voting everything out because you can't defend it. Next thing they're gonna be
Yep.
voting out. You can't do no fade. Why you can't do no fade? Because can't nobody keep up with the wide receiver. He too fast. So no, yeah, I
That's
don't.
No, no.
But
It's
that
just
that, ain't-
stupid
that
for
that
most
wasn't the
part.
reason though, Free. The reason behind it because you had people getting hurt. They
There was
call it a
nobody
word.
getting hurt.
There
Hold
was
on, real quick.
nobody getting hurt.
There was
Hold on.
nobody getting
Listen,
hurt.
can I? Y'all won't even let me finish. Go ahead.
I know what
No,
the
because
reason
you
was.
about to
I
bring
know
up
what
a
the reason was.
narrative. There's no
I'm
data to
trying to tell
prove
you.
people were getting hurt.
No,
All right,
I know what the reason was. I heard what the reason why they
Chris,
wanted to ban it, but that was just an excuse because
Chris Jones didn't get hurt.
they had reports there was not a lot of injuries happened during the tush push. That was one or two injuries that happened during it. They were saying that if people was getting injured on a regular basis, and that wasn't true. That's what they were saying.
Yeah, exactly. There's no data to prove this is a high risk injury play at all. They're just saying because you put your neck forward and you're pushing up against force, they're saying, "Oh, well, it creates the opportunity for a neck injury." There's no data to prove that though. So we just saying shit. We can say that about any play. You can say that about any play really in the NFL.
Yeah, so I mean, the tush push is so basically if they would have had to get rid of the tush push, they would have had to get rid of the quarterback sneak because the quarterback sneak is just as dangerous. It's just as dangerous.
The problem comes and I don't know. I remember when this was a rule. I guess they changed the rules committee changed it. I remember you couldn't push anybody from the back, even down the field. Like
Hey yo.
even when you have the pile and offensive lineman, what the first thing they're gonna do? They're gonna come push they running back down the field. I
No,
remember when that was a rule, you couldn't do that. Well, you
no,
couldn't
well,
push your own teammate. You couldn't push your own teammate.
no. It wasn't that you couldn't push him. It was once his momentum had stopped, they wasn't allowing you to push him. But if he keep moving his legs, his momentum didn't stop. He keep moving his legs, and somebody's pushing him. His momentum didn't stop. So they said once the momentum stopped, then they said you cannot push him no further. So that's why they was blowing the play dead, and that was the rule. Once the momentum, and that's still a rule. Once his momentum stopped, the play is dead. So that's the same way you can't push anybody back because his forward progress has stopped. So once that forward progress stopped, you can't push him forward, you can't push him back. The play is dead right there.
So
what
hold
a
on,
lot of people
in 2005, the National Football League made that or made it a penalty for pulling and carrying, but then they removed that and said we're not going to do that. The NCAA, they had it where they just started allowing you to push a player in the back, pushing them forward in 2013, and it's still illegal in the high school game. I'm probably thinking more high school than anything. Hey, shout out to me. Like I think I told y'all this, working on becoming a referee for basketball and football, high school wise. So but all I'm saying, I knew it wasn't. There was a time that the league did not allow you to push people or push your teammates forward. There was a time that was a penalty.
Yeah, well, I mean they want to score more points. That's the only thing I can see because the only rule that's sticking is what defensive players can't do.
No, yeah, I thought the way more controversial rule change was what they call it, the hip drop tackle. They saying they were back. Now I will say I didn't see the referees really enforcing that. I saw plenty of dudes getting pulled down by the hip all last year. So I don't really know if that's something
What you
that's
want me to do? You want
really,
me to
yeah,
get carried?
exactly. It don't
You
make
want me to
no
just get
sense.
carried down the
It make
field?
no sense. Like if a dude is in front of you, you're just supposed to let him score a touchdown. It
Like
makes
what
no
you?
sense.
I gotta. Only way I can stop him if I drop it my weight.
No,
Nah,
I
so
mean,
I'm actually glad the referees didn't really enforce it like that. But I don't know.
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff is kind of hard to stop a player from doing, especially when they in mid stride. Like if a person is diving at another player, if I'm diving at you to go to make the tackle, and all of a sudden you dip your helmet, how in the world am I supposed to avoid your helmet? How am I supposed to avoid your helmet? That should be on the offensive player, not on me. He dipped into me. I was already in mid stride. So that's a rule that should go the opposite way. If the offensive player
No,
dip his helmet, it should go against the offensive player,
But
not the defensive player.
I
they
think
put that into the game to some degree. They just don't ever call it. And the thing is, in football, y'all know better than I do. Who win? The low man win. And if you're a running back, what they tell you? Get low, get small. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be lean with your shoulder pads, but I want y'all to understand my neck is connected to my shoulders, and that's what holds my head up. So when my shoulders go 9 times out of 10, that's where my neck gonna go with me. That's where my head gonna go.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm just talking about when they talk about he was targeting the head and all that stuff. When if I'm going for your chest and you dip lower than me and dip into my shoulder where your helmet hits my shoulder pad, that shouldn't be a flag on me. That should be a flag on you. You dipped into my shoulder. I was already coming to make the hit. You dipped into it.
What I supposed to just let you hit me? I gotta get lower than you.
No, I'm just saying. If you saying that, then it shouldn't be a flag at all. But
I
they saying
agree.
it's a
That's
they
we
saying
agree
it's
there. We agree
they
there.
saying it's a flag on the defensive player, but the defensive player can't reposition his body when he's in mid stride to make the tackle.
And the other thing is when I'm squaring you up to hit you, you know what I'm saying? I'm aiming for your chest, your midsection there. That's what I'm aiming for. Right when you flinch and you come down with me, well, what you want me to do? I done
I'm,
already started off in my motion to make the tackle. Now you
I'm,
bracing for the tackle by flinching like you already putting your head down, and that's where the collision happens at.
yeah, I mean
We can't do nothing about that.
when you play Pop Warner football, they always tell you look at the numbers when you're making a tackle. Your
Yeah,
face mask should be on his numbers.
yep.
That's how and you wrap up. That's how you make a tackle. Now, back in the days, we was able to go at the legs. If it was a big running back, you were able to go at the legs. But now they kind of take away that you can't go at a player leg
Now you better
because
go at their legs. That's man. What you mean? If Derrick Henry, if I'm a safety and Derrick Henry running it, I'm a cornerback. Derrick Henry running at me. First thing first, I can't tackle him up top because he's just as big as me, maybe bigger. The man stiff on. We done seen this man throw folks around left and right. Man, I'm going for your knees. Absolutely, I'm going for your knees. What you mean?
I mean, they trying to do away with that. They
I'm
saying
trying to get
too
your
many players getting injured off and getting hit in the knees,
well,
and
just go on and put a flag around them and call it touch football because you can't do all of this. It don't make sense.
yeah. I mean, I'm from the old school. I played in the '80s and the early '90s, so
But
I'm from the old school.
but man, hey, it's been a great show. You know what I'm saying? BBO, where you at? Shut this thing down, man. I know you got other things to do. I apologize for being long-winded out here.
Bro, we good, man. We all one family, man.
Hey, we will be live Friday, me and Marky. We will be talking politics. We got a lot to cover. Marky, I want to see if Marky gonna be honest this week coming up on Friday about the great things that the president is doing, especially as far as the deal he's making around the world, as far as the pardons that he's giving to some of the individual who shouldn't have been in jail, in my personal opinion, as long as they have. We're going to be
Well,
talking about
first
all of
off,
it.
he
So,
hasn't pardoned Larry Hoover,
I want
so
to
I
say
don't
this,
even
man.
know
I
if I
want to
could be
say this
honest
real
about
quick.
that.
I want to
But go ahead.
give Donald J. Trump some credit. Thank you, Mr. President, for leading America in a great way these last few months, and some of the stuff I didn't like that you were doing, but bringing Larry home, the new deal with the new trade deal you got with Saudi Arabia, $600 billion in investment. I mean, we gotta get credit where credit's due.
the United Arab, I can't even say them right. Dubai, that's what I like to call them. What Dubai is.
Yeah. Well,
They
Saudi
invest
same. They're the same niggas, man. But
in
shout out to the seed of Ishmael, and shout out to Donald Trump for making it work and bringing peace to Iran and Israel, man. Thank God for that, man. So we gotta get a brother credit,
Yeah.
man. We gotta get a brother credit, man. He doing his thing, man. So if you want to land if you want to lay on the 10 and bed a little bit longer, Mr. President, by all means, do so.
Man, get your ass off the
Yeah,
tennis bed,
y'all
Mr.
dare
President.
orange man. Salute to him.
Her brother said, "Get your tail off the 10 and bed." We go, y'all. Peace.
Peace.